Indian Hill and St. Ursula wish to make a special note that sportsmanship is an integral part of all athletic events. Indian Hill and St. Ursula require all athletes, coaches, and fans to practice on positive support before, during, and after all contests. We hope you enjoy the game and help make it a rewarding experience. Remember, good sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. Be loud, be proud, and be positive. The officials assigned to this contest have been selected according to the procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Cincinnati Hills League. The officials for tonight's contest are Christoph Duguid, Jim Ray, and Carl Lampin. We live in a country like no other. We ask everyone to please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. And now it's time to do some introductions. We'll start with St. Ursula this evening. The starters tonight are number 2, Colleen Lakowski. Number 4, Shemaya Strayhorn. Number 12, Ashley Nieberding. Number 21, Anna Lord. And number 50, Emily Domingo. The Bulldogs are coached by Style Estel. He's assisted by R.J. Strange. And now for your Indian Hill Braves. The starters this evening are number 11, Kennedy Green. Number 13, Maddie Antonucci. Number 22, Ella Riggs. Number 33, Annie Isperning. And number 34, Jaden James. The Braves are coached by Rachel Smith. She's assisted by Jonathan Cobb, Sarah Leach, and Caitlin Schertz. Good luck to both teams.
Will I am or will I won't? Hey folks, how is everybody this evening? Welcome to tonight's game between the Braves and the St. Ursula Bulldogs. Promises to be a good game. Braves haven't been really tested by anybody except obviously the Silver Knights of Summit Country Day this year. Came away with an L in that game. But the usual cast of characters starting for the Braves, as you saw in the Larry Eli's, as usual, fantastic introductions. And we're about to get underway, so let's get back. Nobody wants to watch me, so we're going to get on with the game, folks. Maddie Antonucci is going to jump center for the Braves, as she usually does. And Kennedy Green is going to be able to run it down, has some trouble and loses it. And that's number 50. Domingo gets a bucket for the Bulldogs right off the bat. Braves a little sketchy on their ball handling right off the bat. Bulldogs come out in the 2-3. That's kind of what we had expected based on the limited scouting opportunities we had to see them. Fairly aggressive 2-3 zone, but Braves make nice penetration by Annie Ishfording. Can't get the roll on the drive, but ball gets tipped back to Riggs and over to Antonucci and back to Ella. Here's Kennedy Green in the corner, kicks it back out to Maddie Antonucci. Thought about it. And the Braves will keep swinging the ball around, looking for inside position. Maddie got cut off. Gets the loose change and puts it up. Can't get the roll, though. Jaden James unable to handle the board on the carom. That's a nice drive by number 4. That's Shania Strayhorn. Good quickness, good aggressive attacking of the basket there. Ishfording out up top. Braves will get set up in a 1-3-1 press breaking offense with Jaden James running the baseline and Annie Ishfording up top. Nooch in the high post in this particular deep offensive set. Maddie drops the ball a little bit, but gets it recovered, gets the nice soft touch. And be careful she doesn't get a foul there. You too, Jaden. Ooh, nice look inside. Ellerig's got drawn in to stop the ball handler. Stuck with a 1-against-2 situation there, and Bulldogs made him pay, but Jaden James gets a nice look and banks it home to tie the game up for the Braves, and Annie's going to get called for a foul there, I believe. Yep. Annie Ishfording will pick up her first, and the first for the Braves on the in this first quarter, 4-4 Indian Hill. And St. Ursula tied up early. So Strayhorn running the point for the Bulldogs. Braves in a man-to-man defense. Somebody got lost, a little bit lost there. From what we've seen, Bulldogs like to get the ball inside, not much of an outside shooting team. And, of course, as soon as I say that, they'll launch one. There you go, right on cue. But Domingo's unable to hit that and gets the ball up to Ella Riggs. She's going to go and gets some body contact and still drops it. Pretty good no call there, I think. Ella did initiate a pretty decent amount of the percentage of that contact. There's a little bit of a wild shot by number 12. That's Ashley Nieberding for the Bulldogs. Annie Ishfording's going to bring it up, hit Riggs in the corner. She makes a nice little fake drive, and she's going to get the hoop and the harm. That was a nice little quick, not even much of a head fake, ball fake, just a little eye fake towards the rim. Defender bit, and Ella got a nice open drive to the basket and made him pay. Heading to the line now, looking to extend the Braves' lead. And she does. No, I'm sorry. A little premature on the call there, Chuck. Always a shock. Oh, nice drive by Strayhorn. Annie Ishfording settles it down for the Braves. Gets it up all deep down the wing to Maddie Antonucci's. Little trouble getting it across to Riggs, but Ella makes a nice pass back. Annie Ishfording has an open look, but decides not to. Over to Jaden James. Braves will reset. The 2-3 that Ella's trying one from deep, can't get the roll. Kennedy Green with a nice position on board. Thought she got hit on the arm, but nice pass back. Maddie Antonucci gets a nice off roll. That's a good heads-up play by Kennedy Green. Got the ball back, also obviously by Maddie Antonucci, seeing the situation, cutting the lane, making herself available, and she's the beneficiary of a nice pass. Staring with the shot again and gets her own board and puts it back. Bulldogs now applying a. We hadn't seen them in the scouting do any nice pass in. Good pump, Jaden. A little bit unlucky there. Annie Ishfording gets the loose change there, but compounds everything with an errant pass into the lane. Been better served by just pulling the ball out and not trying to put a dagger in the Bulldogs there. Yeah, the Braves working the ball around, working it in pretty well, but some sloppiness so far, which has been a bit of a bugaboo in their closer contests here so far this year. Braves will keep their starters on the floor. No subs for either side so far. Just over 3 minutes left here in quarter number 1, and the Braves with a 4-point advantage. The Braves will come out in a 2-2-1 with Jaden playing the back line. See how adept the Bulldogs are breaking the press, and looks like Maddie's going to get. Nope. I'm sorry. That was Annie Ishfording. That's going to be her second, and it's going to get her a trip to the bench as Amy Prue comes in to sub for her. Nice pass in, but Jaden did a good job keeping her hands up, deflected that ball. We're going to talk about the lost art of the bounce pass, and that would have been a perfect. It's a perfect example of where a bounce pass would have been better, is even though Jaden wasn't looking at the ball being passed in, she had it out of the periphery of her eyes and had her hands up, and Bulldog passer would have been much better off with a bounce pass there. Good hustle. Everybody getting on the floor there. Maddie should, yep, there you go. And Ella's going to slide in. Oh, can't, a little too hard. Made a real nice move and good body control getting in, but somebody get the foul there. I think Amy's going to pick that up. Number 5, Amy Prue. Nope. I think they could have given that to Amy too, but Jaden James is going to get the foul. And that's unfortunately for her. That's her second as well. So Annie Ishfording on the bench with a pair, and Jaden James also picking up a couple as scoreboard is not reflecting. Nice box out by Kennedy Green and Jaden James. Both those young ladies just took number 15, Ellie Olson, and just rode her out of the lane. Fantastic boxing. Another lost start that those two just showed is still not totally dead. I was going to say, again, in our scouting, we did not see the Bulldogs, St. Ursula doing any kind of pressing either in the half court or full court. Ella is going to get a nice recovery, tip the ball around to herself, and got a nice soft touch in the lane. Braves up by a half dozen. St. Ursula getting some good looks here. They're just not able to make it. That's not a particularly good pass, but Ella does a good job of stepping in front of the defender and picking that one off. She's going to get another little drive to the basket. Can't get the roll. Nooch with the board, and she got hammered. Ella's, I think, going to be able to get to the rim at will here. She's shown 3 or 4 times already in this quarter, just driving in and getting past her defenders. May want to look at some opportunities to kick out, but you've also got to get, she's got to get her teammates to spot up and fill those open spaces so that if she is driving, it does get tangled up and needs to kick it out, or wants to kick it out, that there was available receivers to be able to pass the ball to. But Ella usually is, if she's going to the basket, she's going to the basket. And she does an incredibly good job of it, but that is another evolution in her game, is to be able to pass off out of that some of those really good drives. That's a travel. Again, good defense by the Braves. (14-6) Indian Hill. Good patience by Indian Hill bringing it up so far. Nice way to work the ball around. Now they're going to sprint. I don't know if we're going to hold here or, but the Braves are definitely well spread out. And with 45 seconds left, we may see them try to whittle this down and try to get a fantastic look here, or whittle it down to about 10 seconds and not give. Amy just tried to drill one off of. And we're going to get another foul called. Yeah, Amy Prue was kind of telegraphed her pass and then drilled it through a fastball from about 8 feet away to Ella Riggs, who couldn't handle that one. I'm not sure Johnny Bench could handle that one. Young Johnny Bench, not the 70-year-old one. Domingo tries again, and Amy Prue with a nice box out, but Domingo steps around her. Gets it in, and that's going to be another brick on the wall. Maddie Antonucci's going to be able to track that one down.
6-5.
Oh, that's an unnecessary shot there by that girl. Could have taken at least another dribble or two and launched it. So the Braves, with 0.3 of a tick left on the clock, are just going to let it come in and run the clock out. So we end quarter number 1, 14-6 Indian Hill. Certainly some sloppy play, but some very good, aggressive, attack the hoop type of play as well. We're going to take about a 30-second break here and come. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back for quarter number 2. We had a special guest who is still sitting across the way, so we're going to hold off on that little surprise for a bit. Okay, I'm doing double duty here, trying to find our guest announcer. Rose Vigran into the game for Indian Hill to begin here the second half, replacing Jaden James. Otherwise, and Annie Escherding still sitting with her 2 fouls. So Rose and Amy Prue, Kennedy Green, Maddie Antonucci, and Ella Riggs. And Maddie makes a nice head fake. Nice swish jumper. Kennedy Green around the top. And it's almost an over and back, but Amy Prue gets tripped up there by Domingo from St. Ursula. We'll see Ellie Britt coming into the game for the Bulldogs. And Maddie Antonucci gets, 21, Anna Lohr tipped that away, but Maddie Antonucci had a nice pin and had her seal the inside and just a little short on the pass. And Lohr is able to tip it away. No, nice up and under by Ella Riggs. And again, she didn't even have to give much of a head fake or shoulder fake or anything. I think she just kind of like moved her eyes a little bit. Oh, Amy, get back. And that's Ashley Nieberding, beneficiary of a pass to her wide open. And that's a foul, but not going to get called. Kennedy unfortunately turns up all over. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. There you are, right? That's the smart play. Yeah, our ladies need to just be patient with the ball and value the basketball here. Still a little bit discombobulated. Maddie Antonucci showing her stuff.
That is on number 21 of St. Ursula, Lohr, her first, team's fifth.
And Maddie Antonucci at the line for the Braves and pops in the second one. No, bank is open, or at least the ATM for Ellie Britt.
That's completely by number 5, Britt.
Rose Vigran unable to get the ball into Ella Riggs. Braves with an 11-point lead here with 5:20 to go in the first half. Sorry, I've been admittedly a bit distracted here trying to locate our guests. Oh, Ella got tripped. Falling backwards, still gets the ATM shot. Ooh, Ella was looking to at what could have been a telegraphed cross-court pass, and she would have been off to the races there. But Annie Isherding with a good hustle play. Riggsy can't get it, but Rose Vigran with the board. Nooch with the other board, and there's going to be a jump ball, I think. Maybe. What's our call? Yes, sirree. That's a jump ball. Nice hustling by Maddie Antonucci. She was, I think, attempting to take her opponent and toss her into the first row. And he's wide open. Pass it. Saw that coming. I'm watching Ella Riggs just staring at the back of the defender. And it's like, okay, don't look. And up. But Ellie Britt's gotten a couple more points for the Bulldogs. But yeah, Ella tried that the other day. Against Summit. Riggs lighting it up here. That's her 14th point. Ooh, it's a very nice drive by Shamia Strayhorn. Pretty smooth player she is. Haven't seen her go to her left yet very much, but so far she hasn't needed to. And needs to go in there strong, kick it out. She's going to get, that's going to be a block. I think he had four 4 Bulldogs sagging in there, and if either any one of them had kind of gotten in there and held their ground, I think Annie was a little out of control and she would have gotten called for a charge, but they kind of bailed her out, and Annie Isherding will hit to the line for 2. Hits her first. 28-14 Braves. It's Annie's first points of the night. And her second. Britt swings it around, and now Strayhorn again. Back to Britt. She's launching another one. Bricked that one. And Annie Isherding's going to take it. Go strong, young lady. A little out of control there. She kind of turned her body. Amy Prue got some pretty decent defensive position and made a bigger player take a shot over her. Ella trying one from distance. Can't get the friendly roll. And I think, no, I was going to say I thought Rose Wagner was going to pick up a personal, but she gets in there and gets a jump ball. It will, however, remain St. Ursula ball on the alternating possession. So number 5, Ellie Britt, has been a nice breath off the bench for the Bulldogs. She's only got 4 points, but she's had a couple nice plays. And then, of course, Strayhorn, as you mentioned. And there's an air ball from Ellie Olson of the Bulldogs. And we're going to have a timeout. St. Ursula coach does not like, their bench doesn't like what they see, and their coach, she was a bit unhappy and grabbing a clipboard. Is going to talk to some kids. Okay, folks, we're going to try some magic here, and we're going to see if we might have a replay of Ella Riggs inbound. Yeah. If you see that from a little bit earlier, Ella just had tunnel visioned. Look, she's like staring. She's going to do something, and boom, sees that huge gap. That's a play you can't get away with a lot, but in the right circumstance, it can be pulled off, and she can do it again to St. Ursula. Fool them twice. That's a shame on them. Shame on them for the first time. The other defender in the middle of the lane should have been a little more aware, should have been talking, and should have certainly, once the ball hit off her teammate's back, she should have stepped over and picked up Ella, but she was kind of frozen flat-footed too. And Strayhorn got hit in the back, and her number 4 made a nice backboard for Ella Riggs. Speaking of which, he gets the benefit of the long rebound, swinging back out top, and Annie Isherding will get it into Riggs. And nice give and go. Real pretty. Matt Antonucci with a nice handoff, and Ella Riggs with a good cut. 31-14 Braves with 2 minutes left here in the first half. I think it's going to be Matt Antonucci's first, I believe. It's only the 5th team foul for the Braves. Got a couple more before they head to the bonus, and again, only 2 minutes left, so hopefully that won't hurt them much. Oh, Maddie got pinned, but 15 can't hit the shot. Again, that's Ellie Olson. Got a good position. I mean, Maddie overcommitted a little bit. Annie Isherding with all sorts of trouble handling the ball and drags her foot as she recovers.
Back into the game for the Braves, number 11, Kennedy Green.
17-point advantage here with a minute 45 left. Strayhorn will bring the ball up for the Bulldogs. Rose Vigrant on her. Braves still in a man-to-man, which is, for the most part, a nice drive. Jemiah Strayhorn again showing exceptional quickness, aggressiveness, attacking the hoop. Maddie's going to come right back. Stop, pop, hit. That's 11 now for Maddie. Scoreboard's flashing wrong. They just gave that to Ella Riggs, but that's Maddie Antonucci that made that shot. Nice pass in. Oh, nice touch. That was actually a nice good look. They didn't quite execute it. The Bulldogs didn't, but that was a nice, going to be a nice touch pass. Now they're back in a press, and Maddie's going to get it into Rose Vigran, who can't quite handle it, and compounds things with a foul. But that's only the team's 5th. Oh, I am so sorry. I don't agree with that call, even though it went for us. Bulldogs coach would be in agreement with me. But again, that's one of the things you'll find out. You'll see tape, and I've been wrong before. 50 seconds left in quarter number 2 for the Braves. Amy, nice move. She's got to get that ball out of her hands just a hair earlier, but that was a real nice aggressive move. Amy Pro. Good pass in. Nooch with contact and still gets the bank. Maddie, way to play through the physicality. Takes a gamble and can't quite get it, but on the back end does. So with under 30 seconds left, I think the Braves are maybe going to hold for one here, possibly. Oh, Amy's trying one. Oh, gosh. Rose missed a great opportunity, wide open. Didn't get that. That's a travel. Shoot at Rose. Shoot it, kid. Up, can't get the friendly bounce. Sorry, I pushed the microphone away. Nobody on the Indian Hills side is yelling out the time. Once again, one of my pet peeves. But, yeah, and there's I think Ashley Nieberding is arguing with the referees that she got whacked. And she may have a case, but doesn't matter. Referees are the be-all and end-all in the authority line. So we're going to take a quick break here, folks, for about 6-7 minutes. And you can go do whatever because we have no halftime entertainment. Come back and see us, 35-16 Braves at the half. Concept, let alone my kid. Like, are you pointing at no far? Yeah, right. Far away. Right. The only way she's going to get to Harvard is if we drive past it someday. It's like I told him, like, no. There they are. You guys follow instructions. I was just saying the Harvard kid can't even listen.
No, she actually got it. I asked. She gave me false information.
Wait a minute. Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
This is not even hypothetical. How long have you known Claire? And since when does she warrant being trusted for accurate information?
Plenty of times. What are you talking about? They're so trustworthy.
Yeah.
Actually,
Just if you want accuracy, yeah, she'll tell you something.
okay.
Pull it out of her proverbial butt.
How does this go?
Okay, so I don't care which one of you starts. We'll introduce we'll go back live right before the half starts. The camera will pan over. She'll get a shot. And I'll talk to them, and I'll talk to Will. Will's doing the directing. And so we'll get all three of us on camera for about 10 seconds, and I'm going to talk about how yay. These are from last year's Team of the Team are back, and we're so happy to have you join us for a few minutes. And just like to love the game.
Do I have to press this? What? Oh, we're standing.
Okay, folks, we have a special treat. I don't know which of our cameras is going to be on us here. Maybe both of them. Special treat. Now, Claire had to come because, she lives with me. But Claire DeHamel, Aya Alzubi,
It's good to be
two
back.
fixtures for the Braves varsity team the last 4 years. We're going to get a little guest commentary from both these young ladies, one at a time, because we only have one extra headset. So, Claire, take it away. Aya is going to wait in the wings for a couple minutes, like John Wall, ready to come off the bench. And we're back for the second half here.
Yeah, like he said, it was good to be back. Excited to see what this new team has brought. I've heard their record has been outstanding so far. Rachel seems to be taking hold of everything and getting the newcomers adjusted.
So, Claire, what do you see so far in the first half that you would that you like, and what would be maybe a thing that you might, if you're Rachel, that you would try to talk to them at halftime and try to fix?
Well, I definitely like how they're all taking chances. Not one of them is just running the team. Like that pass.
Right on
that's
cue,
something
and he threw the ball.
Yeah, that's something they need to work on. Just to calm down the game and not get all hectic and try to move it fast-paced. Yeah.
So, yeah, we saw a lot in the first half. A lot of good things from the Braves. Continuity, they cut well, they passed well for the most part, but some of the ball handling continuity was they struggled at times with, and they've struggled a little bit sometimes in this Prayson.
Oh yeah.
And
gosh.
Claire, that play right there, when we were off the air at halftime, I mentioned to Claire we were going to talk about the lost art of the bounce pass, and
Right.
not to toot Claire's horn, but the number 3 assist person in Indian Hill history was got that way, at least in part, by being a very adept bounce passer. So Claire, talk, and I have not seen really the Braves throw a bounce pass barely at all, maybe not at all this year.
See right there, it could have been a bounce pass, but
Yep.
instead of
So
Three
Claire,
going for a ball.
just talk for a second about the benefits of bounce passes, what situations you're going to use them in, what kind of benefit you're going to get out of the bounce pass.
I mean, yeah, just in a breakaway, a bounce pass is simple. It goes quicker. We can get up the court faster. Breaks the defense away. That's a new thing to bring to the court.
Yeah, it keeps you from being too obvious.
Right.
Changes things up a bit.
And that's another thing with this team. They're not deceptive that well. They definitely look where they pass, but they do handle the ball pretty well. It's not.
Yeah, the other thing you didn't mention with bounce passing, and again, something I'm going to toot your horn again, something you were really good at, and Nina Price, who unfortunately couldn't get back from her school in time to be on the air tonight with us, which is also why Tom Price is not here tonight. Bounce passes work well in traffic.
Right.
You're driving the lane. Defenders have their hands up. You drop a little bounce pass to one of your teammates, and he just miscommunicated again.
Annie's had a lot of those passes, and
Yeah.
I think she just needs to settle down.
Annie's
she's getting
obviously
too frantic, and she has the skill to calm the game down, but she needs to use that.
Yep. Yeah, Annie, obviously, as Claire well knows, is a phenomenally good athlete.
I miss playing
Great
with
soccer player. Really has gotten good on the hardwood, too. Did a great job as a freshman last year. Nice steal by Ella Riggs. And there's another situation, how many times, talking about bounce passes, they're on the defensive end. Nice drive by Maddie, but couldn't quite keep her body under control. How many times do we think in the last year or two we've seen Ella Riggs or Maddie Antonucci, somebody foolish enough to try to throw over them and them get, that's a nice shot. That looks like, I think that was number 2, Lakowski.
Number 2, Lakowski.
But when you're trying to throw over somebody who's 5'11", 6 feet, and has long arms like Maddie Antonucci and Ella Riggs do, they're going to get all sorts of steals. So bounce pass, kids.
Right. See?
Live it. Own it. Do it. And we're going to get an offensive
There you
foul.
go, Maddie.
Maddie playing defense with her feet. Again, something we tell young players. First lesson of defense. Move your feet. Play defense with your feet. You don't play defense with your hands. They're nice to have, but you play defense with your feet. Well, Claire, thank you very much for stepping in. Now we're going to have the
It was awesome being here. Thank you so much.
The pride of the Harvard Yard is going to step in here, Aya Al-Zubi.
All right.
And we're going to try to minimize talking about UK because, if Coach Chris over there is sitting on the end of the bench. Yeah, Will, our producer, director, and man about town, Will, the Fresh Prince of IH Church in the back, running the show, wants to hear more about UK. So Aya could talk about UK too. But Aya, tell us, first of all, for those of you who don't know, Aya's just graduated last year with Claire. Your teammates for, 6 years. Aya is currently a freshman at Harvard, which is why I was making the joke about Harvard. Valedictorian of the class of 2019. Oh, nice pass in. Go, Jaden. Nice look in from Ella Riggs and a nice grab by Jaden James. But Aya, tell me a little bit about what you've seen so far, and just give me a couple thoughts about pros and cons about what you've seen of the Braves' effort so far tonight.
All right. First, thank you for having me. You got to say Big Blue everywhere you go. So, Big Blue Nation, we're out here always. Honestly, we had a great start. I think something that's been consistent from as well in the past 4 years on the team is we come out in the third quarter and we're getting a little too panicky, and now they're coming back a little bit. We had a great penetration in the first half. We saw Ella Riggs and Maddie Antonucci driving in multiple times. I also noticed that our ball handling is a little shaky, and I know you guys addressed our passing because there have been a lot of chest passes and passes above our heads and above hands when we could be doing a lot of bounce passes.
Nice block by Matt Antonucci. Again, just try to teach kids that at the high school level, especially girls ball, you're not going to block a lot of shots. She did perfect things, held her ground, arms straight up, didn't move, and the girl went right into her and blocked her own shot. Actually, I think Rose Wagner's going to get picked up with a foul there, maybe. Yep. So I had not to have cut you off, but continue your thoughts there.
No, you're all good. Great team. We're doing very great this year, and we have been for the past year or two.
Nice. Sorry to cut you off again. Nice hustle play by Ella Riggs. Getting Maddie Antonucci. Jaden couldn't unfortunately handle that, but Maddie's still on the floor trying to dig it out. Nice leak out pass to that's number 21 and Laura. Oh, little one of those young ladies. I think either Maddie or Ella should have probably. I think they were maybe just confused as to which of those two the pass was intended for. Because that was a nice look in by Rose Wagner, the freshman, but results in a turnover nonetheless, and it's a 13-point lead now for the Braves.
There we go.
Good hands by Ish. Yeah, I agree with you. I think the Braves cut and penetrated really well in the first half. Both Riggs and Antonucci. The team worked well in that regard.
Yeah, we tend to get a little sloppy in the third quarter.
Yep. That was a Ella Riggs certainly got her money's worth on that. She was that shot was not going anywhere. So I tell you, this young lady, Strayhorn, she's really impressed me. Good quickness, aggressive driving to the hoop. Got a pretty decent looking stroke from the line.
She's very smooth with the ball.
Certainly their best ball handler.
Absolutely. There was some good ball handling right there. Yeah.
Nice patience there. I mean, moving the ball up quickly, but with under control.
Absolutely.
Oh, Rose Viger just traveled. A rough miss, and she picked up her pivot foot or switched her pivot foot. And then Annie has that's another turnover, trying to execute a cross-court pass with
Good hustle.
not many people that don't get paid for a living to play this game can make that kind of pass. St. Clair tried to do that once or twice in her career, and invariably doesn't work. So, well, I want to thank you very much. Really appreciate you stepping in and giving us your insights, and really good to see you. And
thank you.
There's a couple other Braves players over there from the past. Lauren James is over there. See Emily Morera from teams past. Hope you guys all enjoy your break, and thanks for stopping in. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you. You as well. Thank you so much.
Okay, back at it. Now that we've whittled away, wasted a good portion of the third quarter, but nice drive in by Ella Riggs, gets the bank, gets a nice layup. Again, I think that Ella can probably. Well, folks, I appreciate our two young ladies. Obviously, that's not their forte, and I was trying to get them to stay longer, each to do maybe a quarter, but they're a little bit intimidated by the opportunity here. So we're going to get back to it, but I appreciate both those girls, especially my child, because I kind of forced her into it. 39-26 Braves with just over 2 left as Annie Isherding brings ball up, and there's going to be a jump ball, maybe, or a travel. I'm not sure which he's going to call. Call to held ball, and we're going to have the ball turn over to St. Ursula, and we're going to have a quick timeout. Annie Isherding took a really nasty tumble on that, and hopefully she's getting up, and hopefully she just got the wind knocked out of her. But let's get our cameras off of the injury there. There we go. Thank you, Will.i.am. Annie's up and going to be moving around, but basketball floor is a hard thing to be hitting, and especially when you're flying around like that, and she might have just gotten the wind knocked out of her, so hopefully she'll be back here soon. Lukowski is going to bring the ball in to Strayhorn for the Bulldogs. 14-point Braves advantage with 2 minutes left. Oh, I think Rose might have gotten away with a little foul on the perimeter. And are we going to get? I think called Maddie on the box. I'm not sure.
That's the third foul on Lauren and the second foul on Antonisi on the double foul.
Maddie's second. I think. I really didn't see that, but again, watching the ball action up front in the foreground, sometimes the background gets obscured. With the ref right there to make the call. And we're going to get a reach foul. I don't know if he's going to call that shooting or not. Yes, we are. So that's, let's see, Ashley Nieberding, number 12, going to the line for the Bulldogs, trying to chip away at that Braves lead, which right now it's 14. And she makes good on the first one. Ellie Olson returns for St. Ursula. Nice board, but can't get the roll. That is Strayhorn. She's been everywhere for the Bulldogs tonight. The Indian Hill ball. So we had Amy Prue, Kennedy Green, Maddie Antonucci, Rose Vigran getting a lot of minutes, or both Prue and Vigran, and of course Ella Riggs. Maddie running the point right now for Indian Hill. I don't know that Maddie's tried a three. She might have had one and didn't make it, but kind of gave that look from the outside, and Ella's just going to stand out there and make him come and get her. The ultimate, and no, that's a dangerous pass by Amy Prue. Got away with it. Maddie's going to go strong with the left hand, gets the bucket. Maddie powering through a lot of traffic and a lot of contact. You know, different refs call things differently, but that certainly could have been an and one situation for the Braves. And Maddie's going to pick up her third, I believe, reaching over the back of Ellie Olson. It's the Braves' 5th team foul against only 3 for the Bulldogs. And with that foul, with 50 seconds left, it's a good move. Jaden James returns to the action. Going to give Maddie not only a little bit of a respite. Oh, that's going to be way short. And I did think that hit the up. Yeah, the ball hit the underside of the rim, just nicked it, and Colleen Lukowski got the board, but stepped on the line in the process. Oh, that's a very bad pass. Kennedy recovers, and again, you know, going back to just a few minutes ago, talking about a bounce pass. 2 open players under the basket as Kennedy decided to go after the ball handler, and the girl tried to throw over her, and, you know, Kennedy's got good length. All that girl had to do was make a little head fake up. Kennedy's up in the air, and she makes a bounce pass, and they've got a bucket, but she failed to do so. And Jaden's going to get a call, and that's going to be the Braves 6. Next one will put them in the 1-1. Still a 14-point advantage for Indian Hill with just over half a minute left in quarter number 3. Wide open is Ellie Britt again. And she finally gets one. That's, I think, in fact, I'm sure that's the first 3-pointer for the Bulldogs. Ella's going to make them pay here, but can't get the shot. Vigran in trying to make the steal. 10 seconds left. Somebody's going to make Strayhorn take a shot from the outside this time, and Rose picks up the foul, and 3 seconds left, and the Bulldogs are going to the line. 11-point advantage, and she's looking to make it a single-digit advantage for the Braves here. Looks like Maddie Antonucci's going to come in after the coaches. I'm not sure what she's complaining about here. If she makes it, Maddie Antonucci's going to come in for a little last-second offense. I'm not sure what St. Ursula's coach was taking issue with. Strayhorn's first is good. And number 4 is going to get a second one here. Maddie Antonucci, as I just mentioned, coming in the game for Kennedy Green. Try to get a last-second shot off for the Braves. Make or miss here by Strayhorn. And she cuts the Braves' lead to 9. Oh, Ella gets a nice look at the basket. Actually, that was kind of, I think, a left-handed shot. But St. Ursula whittling away at the Braves' advantage at the end of 3. Braves up by 9, 41-32. Well, as one would expect, and which has normally been the case this season so far, Ella Riggs and Maddie Antonucci both far and above the rest of the team in scoring. Ella Riggs, I believe. I'm not sure if they've got this correct now or not. Earlier in the game, they had Maddie had hit a long jumper, and they gave it to Ella Riggs inadvertently. So I don't know if that's been corrected or not. But scoreboard showing Ella with 20, Maddie with 17. Jaden James with a couple buckets, and Annie Escherding with a couple from the charity stripe. And that number, those don't add up, actually. I'm just looking at the, something's wrong there somewhere. I suspect they still have the extra 2 points for Ella Riggs, but I won't swear to that, because 20 and 17 and 2 and 4 do not add up to 41. So we're going to start quarter number 4. As the Bulldogs inbound, that's Ellie Britt bringing the ball up for St. Ursula. Shane James fighting for position, doing a good job on 21, and Alora. Nice position, good job. Let's be smart. There you go, Jaden. Excellent play. Excellent play by a good post defense by Jaden James. Rose Vigran's got an open shot and nails it. That's a 3 for the freshman. Maybe I'm not sure if that's her first 3 of her varsity career, but certainly it's her first bucket of the night. Comes at a good time for Indian Hill. Annie Escherding gets good rebounding position, gets low with her body. So folks, you saw how Annie just, she didn't stand up. She bent her, bent at the knees, bent at her waist, kept the ball away from the defender who was reaching in, and that young lady picked up the foul because of Annie's good positioning there. There you go. Get in, Nooch. Annie going one-on-one with Ellie Britt. Working around to Jaden James up top. Oh, Rose Vigran cut through. Nooch thought about a distance. She's going to drive and makes a little Euro step. Oh, just couldn't get the roll. That was a very nice move. They better get back on defense. Somebody else hustle back. And once again, for want of a bounce pass. I mentioned how many times in the past year or two have we've seen steals or tips or deflections by Maddie Antonucci, Ella Riggs, because they're tall, long arms, and somebody doesn't ball fake them. These young ladies are both very smart, and you know what? If you don't mix things up, if you don't make a ball fake, they're gonna make you pay for it. Ella's gonna pull it back out. Just over 6 left to play. Better get on that. There you go. And she gets it up out. Nooch is going to get an opportunity. Jaden, not her shot. Also, her foot was right on the line. Maddie Antonucci with a big board. It's going to get out to Annie Escherding, and she'll bring it up and hopefully calm it down a bit. Oh, having some trouble. And blocks the shot of Ellie Britt. I'll tell you what, St. Ursula is hustling, going for it. Oh, Jaden just couldn't handle that. That was a nice position play, though. She did a good job getting in there, trying to steal one on the offensive end, but just couldn't quite hold on to it. St. Ursula certainly very hectic in their defensive pressure. And that's, sometimes teams, you got to, again, the loss of the ball handling personnel from last year. Braves the coach is going to get teed up there if she doesn't get back on the bench. get in there back into the coach's box.
Foul on Indian Hill.
21, Anna Laura is going to head to the line here.
Foul is on Rose Wagner, her fourth. Team's 8.
Rose Vigran picks up her 4th personal for the Braves.
Number 21.
Rose been doing a good job. Yeah, that shot by Jaden James, that's just one. You know, again, we want, obviously, kids to take shots in pressure situations as Laura hits her and one. And all of a sudden, we've got back to a 9-point game. But yeah, unfortunately, even though Jaden airballed the shot, even if she had hit it, she just excuse me, in her lining up for the shot, she put her right foot on the line. Good drive, Annie Ishfording. Nice board crashing, Jaden James. Jaden James doing her thing, and Annie, you shouldn't have done that, sweetie. That's an unnecessary foul back in the backcourt. She's not gonna get that steal in that situation. Again, the ball handler putting her head down, getting lower than Annie. Annie reached in and picked up the foul. And Elbritt going to the line again for the Bulldogs with shooting 1-1 here. So yeah, not only was that foul deep in the backcourt, but also put them at the line. However, Jaden got to get rid of the ball sooner. Maddie picks up the foul, and that's going to put her as, I think that's number 4 on Nooch. And Shemaya Strayhorn, who's so far been a really smooth from the line for the Bulldogs, is going to get 2 shots here. Still an 11-point lead for the Braves with 4:42 left, but you can see some of the wheels coming off the wagon here as the pressure of St. Ursula is really bothering Indian Hill's ball handling, making a lot of mistakes, and a lot of them that they probably don't need to. You know, sometimes, it looks like the St. Ursula team has some good athletes, and they're getting in the Braves' faces. Braves aren't nearly the strong ball handling team we saw last year. And again, it's not just the ball handling skill, but it's the experience level that they're lacking. You take 2 accomplished seniors and replace them with underclassmen. And right now, Rose Vigran, who's obviously, as I mentioned in previous broadcasts, an exceptionally talented athlete and is going to be a star for the Braves, if not already here. Not only just as this season wears on, but in the coming years, and certainly has done a fantastic job on the soccer field, where she not only replaced Clarity Hamill's position, but also got her jersey number for the Braves soccer team. And upheld that legacy well, by the way. Nothing but nylon for Strayhorn as she cuts the lead to even 10. Make that 9. So the Braves battling both foul trouble and ball handling misadventures. There's some fouling all over the place, yeah. Yeah, I think the St. Ursula bench was looking for a travel. I think they had no leg to stand on there. But they're enthusiastic as to their effort that their young ladies are putting out there. Rose Vigran's trapped, and I think Rachel got it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's going to be a foul on Colleen Likowski. That's her, it's showing 2 on the board. Larry Eli just said that was her first team foul, but that's 6 on the Bulldogs, and Braves will be shooting 1-1 with the next team foul by St. Ursula. Riggs around to the side. Resets herself, gets an easy drive, and just like in the first half, she's able to get in there, and Braves not able to get back on defense, but get the benefit of a brick by St. Ursula. Nooch with the rebound, and will slow it down here a little bit. Try to run some offense, burn a little clock. Oh, Annie had a drive to the left, which is her strong suit too, being left-handed. But she's trying to, and we'll go to the line here as Strayhorn picks up her foul. I can't tell if that's her second or third. So that's her second, is Shemaya Strayhorn has picked up, and we are again shooting 1-1 as Annie Ishrading Braves finally in the bonus. They unfortunately have 10 team fouls, so going forward, St. Ursula is shooting 2 every time they take a trip to the line. Annie Ishrading calmly drains the first. Braves now with a 12-point bulge. Just under 4 left, and Annie will try to make it an even 13. Can't do it. Rose Vigrant got to be careful not to pick up her 5th. I can't believe that one. I'm sorry, folks. Maddie Antonucci, arms straight up, everything you teach somebody. Arms straight up, didn't move her feet. 21, Anna Laura initiated completely contact. That was an offensive foul. And the hoop and the harm. And she cuts the lead to 11. Braves get a timeout to avoid the 5-second call.
30-second timeout.
It'll be a short one for the Braves, 30-second timeout. Well, no, Larry just corrected himself, and therefore me. Full timeout for Indian Hill. I think the Braves had escaped the potential for the 5-second call there, but Rachel had already pulled the trigger on that. So 9-point advantage as we are now under the halfway point here in quarter number 4.
Liquidators will advise themselves new and used office furniture for business and home. We are proud to be a sponsor of the Indian Hill School community. Go Braves!
Again, as I look over at the main scoreboard, I'm assuming that the fouls are correct, which Rose Vigrant and Maddie Antonucci's the board showing each 4, but I'm not so totally sure of that because the points are off. Most definitely. Kennedy Green back into the game for Indian Hill, along with Jaden James. Rose Vigrant still on the court. Maddie Antonucci getting a little breather with her 4 fouls. Pop out, pop out, pop out. Come on, Jaden, you got to go to the ball. Oh, yeah, that's gone. That's all for Rose. Well, another fundamental lesson that coaches teach, or we hope teach young kids, is go to meet the pass. Make the distance shorter. If you don't have a good seal position on your defender, go to meet the pass, and Jaden unfortunately didn't on that particular possession. She's been playing a great game, but made a mistake there. And Maddie Antonucci is going to be back into the game for Rose Vigrant, who has reached the maximum 8-point Braves advantage, and Lakowski, number 2, is going to try to cut that down even further, and does so. So 3:19, a 7-point game, and get the ball into Annie Ishrading. She's going to be trapped there. Maddie gets the ball loose to Riggs. Good play, good solid. There you go. Braves can't really sort of run the clock out or anything here, but they should look to burn some time with each possession and make sure that they get a really good shot and not settle for something. Ella forces that one, unfortunately. Good board by Jaden James, can't get it. but it's going to remain Braves ball. That was a nice rebound by Jaden James. Went up strong. Ball didn't have a good look at going in, but got blocked a little bit on the way up. But, yeah, Ella, unfortunately, I think definitely forced that ball. Going in 3 defenders. As I was just saying, this is a scenario where time is on the Braves side. Still a lot of time on the clock, 3 minutes almost. But, again, you want to work the ball around. You want to burn some clock, and you want to, especially as helter-skelter on the defensive end as St. Ursula is playing, you want to have them get in a situation where one of them makes mistakes and overcommits and you can get a backdoor cut on them, or they come flying out trying to make a desperation steal and you can drive on them. Again, I think Ella was not well served taking that particular shot. As good as she is, every once in a while she does make a mistake. So B Braves ball coming out of the timeout, out of bounds. Unfortunately, Ella already used the trick play, so we'll see what the Braves have going on here for their inbounds play. Maddie gets a nice seal on 2 defenders, gets it around Danny Isherding and Kennedy Green. There's another thing, both Kennedy picked up her dribble there. Maddie Antonucci's really fighting through. Ella made a nice follow there, but foul on the shot. Ella was going to get the board and the rebound in the bucket there, but foul called before that happened. Maddie Antonucci will go to the line, shooting 2. Fondacena. Bottom's the first one. And the Braves now have an 8-point lead. 2.5 left. Maddie's going to try to make it a 9. Does so. Clutch shooting right there. And again, if we get in scenarios where, the Braves are going to be shooting free throws. Oh, that's a brick. I don't know that Roger Waters had that in mind when he wrote that song, but that was another brick in the wall for give her the ball, ref. Thank you, sir. Another one of my little pet peeves is Annie goes, oh, sweetie. Nice drive in, but just couldn't finish, and Jaden James picks up the foul, and Bulldogs shooting freebies. Again, this is where we need some experience and some calm, patience, leadership. Again, if the Braves can hold them up, but they can also win this game at the line. Maddie and Ella Riggs, both phenomenally strong free throw shooters. Keep the ball in their hands. Also, Annie Isherding, a strong free throw shooter. Jaden James has been doing a great job crashing the boards and getting some crucial rebounds. Kennedy's made some nice steals out there using her length. The Braves just need to be patient. And 21 Lore is going to make a mistake. Got in there and got again, just too impatient. You've seen this on both sides. Kids getting impatient and better go to the ball there. Well, the first bounce pass of the day has goes astray. Maddie's arguing that the ball was tipped. Maddie trying to direct traffic, and I'm not sure what she's seen defensively. There's a long bomb. Oh, my goodness. Well, blind squirrel finding the nut. Colleen Lukowski, the senior, nails one, and it's a 5-point ball game. Maddie getting, hammered. She's going to go right to the bucket. Nice clutch spin move. Maddie, you can tell, is just playing with some fire. She is aggravated. She is going to take this over if they let her. Oh, nice effort. Jaden. Unnecessary. Well, Braves up by 7, but again, Lukowski's going to go back to the line for the Bulldogs. And Jordan Church is going to check in for Jaden James, who has just fouled out. Can't hit the first one. It's the thing, I think, where Kennedy Green needs to pinch and or box the shooter and let Riggsy pinch down to help Matty Antonucci. But Braves get the ball. Once again, Annie Ashfording loses the handle. And I tell you what, both these girls, these teams or girls are getting on the floor, and Annie's getting hacked. And she's going to go to the line. We're in a 1-and-1. An opportunity to give the Braves a little breathing room. Just over a minute left. It's a 7-point Braves advantage. Annie shooting 1-and-1. Sophomore, really good form free throw shooter. Nice soft touch. Nails the first, nothing but nylon. That may be enough to do it if she can add the second one here. Braves up by 8. Already a 3-possession game. Up by 9. Strayhorn bring the ball up for the Bulldogs, passes it off to Britt. Good defensive pressure by Ella Riggs. But Maddie not wanting to pick up her 5th foul. She gets, Strayhorn gets the nice drive. Get rid of it. Kennedy Green, good job. Ella Riggs, let yourself get fouled. And Kennedy Green turns the ball over, couldn't handle the handoff. I tell you, folks, I don't know what the count on the, since I don't have access to the stats, we don't keep live running stats, but be willing to bet the Braves have turned the ball over 25 times if they've turned it over once today. But I think the advantage is going to be too much here, and that's Braves ball. Kennedy Green got her hand on it, and the ball got knocked out, and Bulldogs bench not happy about it, but with 29 ticks on the clock left and the Braves up by 7, they just play smart and patient. Don't break. Nice play. Jordan makes a nice pass in. Riggs is going to get fouled from behind by Strayhorn. And Ella Riggs is going to go to the line with a chance to certainly ice it for the Braves here, looks like, with 25 seconds left. Well, folks, regardless of the outcome, I'm going to give a lot of credit to St. Ursula. Really intense defensive pressure. Not a very good shooting team, although they have hit a few. Strayhorn's a phenomenally good player. I really like her game. Probably not going to be enough for the Braves, especially with Riggsy at the line. Swishing her first and back up to an 8-point advantage for Indian Hill with 25 seconds left. But, so give kudos, talk about the Braves turnovers. Give kudos to St. Ursula for forcing a lot of that. They're up in your face, defensive pressure style. Good steal, hands knocked away by Kennedy Green will remain St. Ursula ball. So it's not entirely the Braves making miscues. I mean, St. Ursula has forced the issue, and they've done a really good job of that. But the Braves, too much. Riggs and Antonucci both over 20 on the night for Indian Hill. Jordan Church doing a nice job off the bench. Rose Vigran, the other freshman, doing a nice job off the bench. Kennedy Green, strong game, even though she's had some turnover issues. Jaden James, a couple really stellar plays, really working her butt off to get some boards and making some smart moves and timely defensive efforts. That's going to be a little too late. Bulldogs call a timeout. 12 seconds left, but still a full 2-possession game. And again, as long as the Braves can keep the ball in the hands of Annie Estruding or Ella Riggs or Maddie Antonucci here and have them pick up the foul, they're going to be adding to that lead at the line. So a quick timeout. I'm going to take a sip of water. So this is exam week for Indian Hill students, finals, and obviously young ladies have, as soon as they get out of here, they're going to be having other things on their mind for the next few days. Then they get a Christmas break, and then immediately after Christmas, they're heading down to Orlando for a trio of games, opponents yet to be determined, playing for the first time maybe ever, at least as far as I know, in a Christmas holiday tournament down there. So this is a good, this game, this type of defensive pressure, good opponent, in your face defensively, that's the type of thing they might be very well facing down in Florida. So really good that they're getting this opportunity to play a tougher team before. Nice long pass. Kennedy Green's able to track it down, and she's going to go to the line as I believe that's Emily Domingo's picking up the foul for St. Ursula. 9 seconds to go in the game. Kennedy will get 2. So this is going to be our last broadcast until the new year. Kennedy can't get her first and try to nail her second again. 9 seconds left. Ref's doing the right thing, giving Shemaya Strayhorn a chance to tie her shoe. Don't need any last-second injuries here. Kennedy bottoms out the second one. We have a 7-point lead due the Braves with 9 seconds left. So don't think the Bulldogs have any 8-point plays in their arsenal, but never want to say it's over till it's over, but it's over. Good opportunity, though, for the Braves to play in a scenario where they've got a little bit of lead and trying to hold it, trying to burn clock, trying to work the ball, making pressure free throws at the line. That's always a good experience to have. And, again, this particular game's experience is going to serve them well heading down to Florida for their games there and coming back in the new year. Well, we missed Tom Price tonight. He's picking up his daughter, Nina. Nina was also going to, along with Claire and I, we were going to try to have Nina step in to do a couple quick minutes of commentary, but wasn't to be. So they ought to be on the ground and on their way back to Indian Hill, maybe even home by now, Mr. Price and young Ms. Price. Flying home from Richmond, where she and her sister, Sarah, both attend. Maddie's going to make Strayhorn pick up the ball. She's going to launch one wildly, and that's going to be about it for the Braves. Ball up in the air, and Nooch with the board, and that's all she wrote, folks.
Final score, Indian Hill 58, St. Ursula 51.
Well, in many ways a sloppy game, but in many ways Braves showed some grit and some toughness, and withheld a charging St. Ursula team here at the end. And so I want to thank everybody who's been watching or who will be watching in the next few days. Sorry my buddy Tom Price couldn't be here, but I want to thank Clarity Hamill, my youngest, and Aya Al-Zubi, my favorite Harvard student, at least currently anyway. And for our camera crew, and Will I Am in the booth. Will's learned how to be directing these things, so very good job. Steve Overback. And Denny Dubs, who's off doing the talent show over in the auditorium. Folks, thanks for watching. We hope you have a great holiday season. Drive safely, be good, be safe, enjoy your family. even if it's Claire. And we'll see you at the first home game of the new year. Good night, everybody.
Exclusive coverage of tonight's game on the Indian Hill Television Network has been a copyrighted presentation of the Indian Hill High School Video Department.